I want to continue on with the way I'm going and talk about things that are pertinent and important to the Black community. There's a lot of things going on. The title of this show is How Long Black Folks Are Sitting Back and Doing Nothing While Black Folks is attritionally and systematically being voided into nothingness. And it's your fault. And of course, I have that up there and I read that to you. And how long will you continue to sit back and do nothing? How long will you just sit there and allow for attrition to take place? And attrition is defined as reducing the strength or effectiveness of a person or something or a group through systematic continuous um, uh, and sustained attacks and pressure. You put pressure on something and you systematically do that. And that's what they're doing to our group. Because the world is overpopulated, and it is, and we got to do something about the population. And the earth can only sustain so many people, and those that are in power, those that are in charge, are not going to reduce their own kind. And what they're going to do is they're going to start wars, such as the one in Israel. The U.S. is always appearing as if it's God and as if has the right to interfere with other people's affairs. If you look at it now, it used to be that we would accept what the media told us, and we would accept what the United States government told us. But we're no longer that person or that people, because we have now access to the World Wide Web. We have access to all type of electronic and social media platforms, and the information highway is vast and just tells us everything. So we don't accept what they tell us anymore. And that's the problem that the Western nations are running into, including the United States. We keep spending money that we don't have. We keep starting wars in places that's none of our business, while we have so many problems and things that are going on in this country. I want to talk about I want to do a correction from last week. I said Lil Hurd, and that's how we know him as Lil Hurd. Lil Hurd was not running away from the police, folks. He was coming home. He did not know, like everybody else that was arrested. Most of them did not know that they were being arrested. He did not know when he was intercepted by the police. I wanted to say that Lil Hurd is actually kind of in I have a very, very good friend that I consider my family, and that's Alma Page. One of the best mechanics is his wife, Pam. That's her son. And I didn't know this until it was explained to me. But that's also her grandbaby that was affected by this also. I ain't going to go into great detail, because sometimes people don't like for you to say things about their family, and that's not, and I can understand that. So if I owe anyone out there an apology for some of the things that I said, for saying giving out news and anything, I don't mind saying that either, because it's not my intent to hurt anyone's feeling, but to help in any way I can. I can tell you the families have reached out to me. I'm a very good paralegal, folks. I'm very good at that. I'm better than most people. And most of the things I do because I want to make a difference. And when I do a lawsuit for someone, or either file a motion for someone, it's because I want to help. And usually they can't find anyone else to do that. The corruption is so prevalent in Meridian, Mississippi, Lauderdale County, in the state of Mississippi. For the state of Mississippi to have the largest Black population out of all the other states in the United States, the Blacks in the state of Mississippi are so complacent and so browbeat. They just have became, and I have to ask you that question out there in podcast land. How long will you continue to just not vote? How long will you continue to just sit back and do nothing? The only way and the only reason evil prevails or continue as it does, and yes, I said evil, is because good people sit back and do nothing. How about you don't have to be good? How about folks just sit back and do nothing? We are some of the most accepting and forgiving people. I have never seen a race of people like us. Too bad ain't give me a chance to talk good before he come saying something. Yeah, Too bad get out me. He's saying, yes, I can say so many atrocious and bad things about us things that we're not doing. And I said we, us, because I put us in that group, in that category. And I can say that because I am a proud black man. I am proud to be a black man. I'm proud to be associated with the black race. I'm proud that I'm able to do things to help my people, whether if I can give you a voice or tell you a word or say something to you so that life for you will be better. Than I'm planting a good seed, and that seed can spread. It's like a wild. I hope that anything that I tell you, anything that you learn from this podcast, that it'll be like a wild root, a wild grass, like kudzu, and just spread everywhere. And that's what we're not doing. We are destroying our root. We're not growing. There's no growth and development. I'm gonna pause right there because I want to talk about Meridian Public School. I want to talk about Meridian Public School because there's a vast difference between the two school systems where my children go to school at now and the school that they come from. And it's not just Meridian, Mississippi. It's any majority black school district or when I say majority blacks school district, I'm talking about only about 5 to 10% of the people that go there are people other than black folk. And these school districts are set up and designed in such a way that it put us in a category that they make all of us look the same, think the same, and do the same, which is nothing. If you go to Meridian Public School, you see everybody wearing uniform. Everybody look the same way. Everybody act the same way. See, they focus on the outward man instead of inward man. And those of you that are Christian out there, you understand what it is that I'm saying. Because God look at your heart. God is telling you, that devil is telling you, he's giving you these keys and putting them in the Bible so that you can understand, so that you can know what it is that's going on around you. But you hear, but you're listening, but you're not hearing. Or you're hearing and you're not listening. My point, the reason I'm saying that you're listening and not hearing, or you're hearing and not listening, is because you're not doing anything. You know what the fuck's going on, but you're not doing anything. It is so easy. You are a fool if you think that your vote don't make a difference. You are a fool and a part of the problem. I know some of you out there don't like what the fuck I'm saying. I'm talking to you if you don't vote. I'm talking to you if you got a voter's card and you ain't doing anything about it. That the election passed by. We done had people to die. When I said we black folks have had folks to die, people to be lynched, strung up. Look where we come from, and you think that we ain't overcame shit. Come on, where are we going and where are we at? Look at where we are now. The plight, the state of the black community is worse off than it has ever been, because we allow for them to select for us what it is that we need for us to be better. We can't let anybody that's outside of our group, anyone that's not us, not like us. How is it that you can expect someone other than you to care about you and want more than you want for yourself? It's unnatural for you to care about anything other than your own race or your own kind or your own family. It's unnatural for you to neglect your family while you go next door and try to clean up your neighbor's house. It is unnatural for you to want to make sure everybody's okay. It's unnatural for us to be over in there fighting for the fucking Ukrainians when we got all these problems in America. It's unnatural for us to even give a damn about Israel or anything going on in Israel and Palestinians and all that. But we got to care about what's right. We got to care about what's going on. Too best to bring your ass back in America. Get out of them foreign countries. So let's come back home. We had about 60 people that was rounded up in the black community that decimated. And I want to thank Mom, Mom, we always gonna have mother. I had decimated spelled wrong, and you can see it's still there. It's not an S, it's a C. Yes, I'm college educated, but I tell you, sometimes I don't know whether the I come before the E or what, except what's that? I come before E, except after C. I don't know that sometimes. Yeah, I know it, but that's not necessarily true all the time. But I want to thank Rita Jacks upon that. She said, Eddie, and I can tell it my way. Eddie, it's a C. It's ever she spelled it for me. Rita's very, very intelligent, very, very educated. And I want to pause again. Too best you ain't gonna keep doing all these damn pauses. And y'all better let me do this shit ad lib, because when I'm ad lib, I'll be on a roll. So I gotta talk about Mud Deer. Y'all, if you watch Tyler Perry, Mud Deer saves the day every single time. I don't care what it is or what kind of show it is. And you listen at what Tyler Perry says. You listen at what Mud Deer said. Mud Deer is speaking with wisdom. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what's going on in your life. Mud Deer has the answer to it. The answer to Meridian, Mississippi now, folks, is Mud Deer, and that's in the form of Rita Jackson. Rita Jackson is very educated. She grew up in Davis Court, so she pulled herself up by her own bootstrap to be where she is, to do what it is that she's doing. So yes, Rita Jackson for mayor. I know a lot of you out there. Yes, I thought Wayne Davis would make a good mayor, and he would. I don't eat my words. I don't take that back. Wayne Davis would make a good mayor. Yes, yes, yes. Jimmy Smith has done a better job than his predecessor. He didn't politicize his administration. He didn't take the police force and turn it into a thug organization. Percy Bland ass is gone. He needs to stay gone. Yes, Tyrone Johnson would make a better mayor because he's a young man. He's progressive. Yes, I think that Joe Norwood Jr. would make an excellent mayor. Yes, I think that. No, I don't think James Carter would make a good mayor at all. No, I do not. And I admire the fact that he pulled himself up by his own bootstrap. I admire how he's able to, I guess, eat off the land or eat off the government, or however he get his money with his nonprofit over there. It's things that he did that I did not like. I didn't like him changing it from foundation, Carter Foundation, to Carter Academy, which makes it a school, which neutral lies my nephew's place of business that's right in front of his, and all that is by design. They do everything they can, folks, in order to disenable us, and they use us. They use the manumission type Negroes. These are the Negroes that Malcolm X warned us about in 1965. Be careful. They will get a nigger that look just like you, darker than you or lighter than you. It doesn't matter. He's a Negro. It doesn't matter what color his skin is. He's a nigger because he'll come there and you'll vote for him and put his ass in office, and he'll look out for everybody's best interest but yours. And I'm paraphrasing, but Malcolm X warned us about that shit before he died. He said, be careful about those type of Negroes that they'll go out and get. And they'll go and get someone. And right now they want to go and get James Carter. They want to go and get Ron Turner. These niggas don't mean us no good. I don't give a damn if you don't like what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I think. And then here it is. They cannot go and get anyone for you if you don't take your ass out there and vote. If you vote, they can't tell you what to do. You tell them what to do with the power of the vote. Now, I was talking about the different people that's going to run for office that I think going to run for mayor, such as Jane Carter, such as Tyrone Johnson, Wayne Davis, Joe Norwood Jr., Joe Norwood Sr. These people would make a fine mayor, I think. I think Tybell Lindsay would make a better mother. I just think that. But while she's young, she's progressive. So hell, but we got Muddy. So we don't even have to address any of that. We have Rita Jackson, a seasoned police officer, retired, knows how that police station should be ran because all the mayors that Percy Bland appointed had to get information from her on how to do the job. You take somebody that has less rank than her, such as Chris Reed, and put them in a position that they never held before, you're going to have a police force that's set up for failure. So all these times we keep passing by stellar talent. You talking about Carmen's a bitch. You talking about Rita Jackson getting the job of mayor, and you can give it to her. She's the only person I know that everybody respect. Your young folks, the old folks, the people on the streets, the white folks, the green folks, the yellow folks, the brown folks, the black folk respect Rita Jackson. She's going to do what's right. So yes, folks, let's mobilize and get behind Rita Jackson for Mayor Meridian. I know you hear Two Bears say, you done told. Hey, that's because Rita Jackson had not put her hat in the circle. And it's in there now. Once Rita Jackson, Two Bear, you remember when we used to shoot marbles and you were so good at it, boy. Two Bear was like an ace. He'll take that marble. Y'all see me doing, he'll shoot, boy, in that circle. Two Bear to drop down on the top of that and knock all the marbles out of the circle. Every marble come out of that circle now belongs to Two Bear. When Rita Jackson threw her hat in the ring and knocked all the marbles out of the circle, I'm just telling you, no one out of all the people I mentioned, if you take all of their experience and put it together, they still would not be more qualified than Rita Jackson. If you take all those people and bring their particular expertise to the table, what it is that they do best, they still would not be more qualified than Rita Jackson. Because Rita Jackson put the best police chief there. She would have the best administrator. She would have the best of the best. And guess what? If some of those people that are there already in that's in this administration, if that's the most qualified person for that job, guess what? Rita Jackson will let them keep that job. She don't care what color they is. But she's a strong black woman. She ain't never tried to hide who she was. But she's a fair person. When she look at what's right. And she don't look at the color of your skin, peeping out under that blindfold, trying to see what the color of your skin is. Oh, they know all the time. They ain't even that blindfold, and Lady Justice ain't nothing but just a bunch of bull. But I want to get back to my topic now. So yes, I don't endorse Rita Jackson. Rita Jackson is the person that we will get behind. Wayne Davis, you're gonna have to wait till Rita Jackson retire or something. You'll be old enough and you can get a little bit more experience or whatever it is that you want to do. But Rita Jackson for mayor. Rita Jackson for mayor of Meridian, folks. We need that. We need that to get it right. You want to get it right? Y'all keep telling me y'all tired of Jimmy Smith. Well, I think Jimmy Smith is just should. I think Jimmy Smith should retire. I just really do. I think he should because of his age. I think when you get to be a certain age, it is sad in America that we got two individuals running for president of the United States, and they should be in a they should be at home enjoying their great grandchildren because their grandchildren are grown. They just should be. And you know, Donald Trump has a young son, and that's commendable. But he has grown children, and he has children the same age. You're too best, bro. That sound like you. We ain't talking about me. I ain't running for president of the United States. We need young people. We got to give young people a chance. This here's a true story here. I hope Tool Belt don't mind me sharing this story here with you. We have a young man in the church, and he plays drum for Mount Hermon Baptist Church, and he's one of the better drummers. He's better than a lot of you out there that think you can play drums. His name is Chris. Chris can play the hell out. I'm so proud of him because he's kind of like a son to me, kind of like a godson. I taught him how to play drums with two sticks. I went outside and got it was an old set of drums in there, but it didn't have the sticks wasn't there. It was left from the previous church administration under Reverend Baylor. So I guess he took the drums or whatever. But anyway, I got two sticks and I showed him how to beat and how to count. And he is one of the best drummers, but he's also Tool Belt's engineer with his sound, with his stems, with his jump drive, with his songs and his music on it already. So I just had to tell that. So I'm real proud of Tool Belt for going to that next level, that next stage. Most musicians now do not use live bands. And of course, Chris now, even though he can play drums, he's the one to operate the electronics. And I gotta give Q her props. She's the one to put all that stuff together. And folks, you know that little video thing, man, shoot, I touched the wrong button. I got popped on the hand, but I touched the wrong button. But anyway, I done got off on a tangent again, so I'm fixing to go back. I want to talk about things, you know. Folks, one of the things that they like to do is they like to attack me. They like to attack folks that are trying to tell you or make a difference in the community. If I was their friend, if I was their stooge, I would never have picked up charges. If Lowe was their stooge, she never would have picked up charges. They don't charge their stooges, and your stooges can do anything that they want to do. Folks, I gotta tell you guys this is that y'all need to be really careful. I'm gonna get Q on here and she's gonna talk about, but I'm gonna kind of like go into it a little bit, but she's gonna talk to you about the dangers of electronic. Folks, I can tell you from personal experience, and then it hit home like with my nephew and with my daughter, with my children and things like that. You got to be wary, forever wary of electronics, because electronics, all cell phones are tracking devices, and all cell phones we'll say bugging devices or listening devices. They record everything you say and everything you do. All cell phones. Now I'll let Q go. Come on, Q, come on and explain that without in the what it is that I'm saying and what it is that they do and how they do that.
Okay, so basically, like to go on what you were saying, like every electronic, including a laptop, phone.
Q, you're gonna have to speak louder.
Can you hear me?
Now, I can hear you.
Anyways, electronic like a laptop, tablet, anything is a tracking device. And
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna take over because you're kind of low, and so they can hear. But folks, what Q is saying is that laptops, any electronics are tracking device, and I can tell you that it's a situation that occurred, and I got to tell you is that like Magnolia had, if y'all remember, Magnolia Middle School had an incident where they had a scare where somebody threatened to blow it up, and they may have done it at Meridian High and they didn't do anything. Well, that happened here in Oak Grove. It happened there, and I can tell you that within and the difference and that's I, I continue to realize that they have a two-tier educational system in America. They have one for white folk and they have one for black folk. I don't know any other way to say it. They have a two-tier system. And one of the things that came out about, they said, I don't know, we don't know who your superintendent is in Meridian, Mississippi, but y'all should have got rid of her ass a long time ago. This was said when I was at the hearing in Jackson. This was said by federal marshals, folks. How is it that federal marshals in Jackson, Mississippi, knows about the sorry sack of shit of Amy Carter that ain't no more than a damn prison guard that's not educating but miseducating the Negro population in Meridian, Mississippi? Amy Carter's duty is to miseducate you. She got all of your children going to school wearing a damn uniform, and it is Google it. It does not make a difference. If the uniform made a difference, why is it that Meridian Public School is still a felon ass school? Why is it that you still have all those fights and things like this? All the in school suspension, ISP, and alternative school. Why do you have all these problems still permeating at Meridian Public School if wearing a uniform? What it does is it put our children in the same category, got all of us looking alike, got all of them dancing alike, looking alike, thinking alike, cannot think for themselves, focus on how a person look as opposed to how they think, focus on the outward man as opposed to the inner man. They don't do that up here. They focus on the inner man. And my children wear pajamas, pajama pants, slides, as long as they're not indecent, but they're making good grades in school along with all their colleagues. But let me get back to tell you how it was a situation where somebody at school put something on Facebook. Before an hour passed, they was arresting that person too, Bill. Yes. They went and they followed that. They went to, they got the internet service provider. They got that, they got the cell phone, they tracked it. But I'm telling you, they are so good that that person was taken from the classroom to the detention center all within 1 hour. That's how fast they did. And then there was another incident that took place on the bus. And how about the school again followed that signal tube belt, followed it from the time it was on the bus. They created a fake page. From the time the fake page was created all the way up until the time the fake page was created, all the way up into the time it switched from cell phone to a cell phone tower, from the cell phone to the internet service provider. They had the name of the provider. They had the location of the provider. Everywhere the phone went and the phone lost service, they had that too. And the person, every attempt the person paid, they locked the account up. Every attempt the person made to try to get into the account, they could not do it. They didn't do that shit at Magnolia. Or they checked, they didn't find no bombs, they let the shit go. And so it'll continue to happen. They nip that shit in the bud here. So you have a two-tier system here. They focus on protecting their children, protecting the students, and they educate their children. They educate. So you have a two-tier system. It's sad. Here I am, a black man, but I don't want my children to go to the schools like Magnolia, Birmingham City School. I want them to go to the county schools, such as West Lauderdale. Schools like that it's a little different. Unless every time you start getting into a majority situation, even if it's out in the county, then that tier system start changing. It start leaning. It start dissipating. It start going away. And this is what we confronted with, folks. I have to tell you guys that a lot of you out there got your ass tore up I know from what I heard, people, is that some person from the jailhouse from Madison County Jail is calling someone asking them where his dope at, where his drugs at. Go, he's a damn fool. He'll never get out of jail, folks, because they record, they tell him, they record every single thing. Not only this person does not care about himself, he doesn't care about the people that he's calling and talking to. So I'm talking to you out there in podcast land. If somebody talking to you, somebody calling you up, talking to you about drugs or some shit, like, you better hang that damn phone and don't even tell them you don't even know what they're talking about. Just hang up the damn phone. When the wrong thing come out of their mouth, get fired. Because understand now, they know where you at. Tracking device, and also storage. They are recording device. They all cell phones. Not look, folks. All cell phones are tracking devices. Every last one of them. They can track you from the beginning to the end, almost instantaneous. It ain't nothing that you can do or put on the cloud that's not gonna be there. It's nothing that you can't do. Folks, y'all see me looking away. Look, them hoes here don't know how to act sometimes, folks. Y'all go. Now y'all interfere with my flow, my side. If y'all want to say something, you know how to say it. But anyway, folks, again, stay off them damn cell phones. I don't care how complacent you think it is. Some of those people had not been in trouble in a long time. I had one person call me up and I was helping them with some legal work. Y'all hear two bell time. Now, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you he's out there in podcast, man. I'm gonna tell you because I don't want to tell this person name, but either way, because he's still fighting his case. But anyway, the two best, you know, gave us enough information right there. But two bet it was 50 something. It ain't no situation where it was like one guy and one girl. It's like about 50 some girl boys and probably maybe about maybe one or two girls. But either way, folks, one of the stories that came out while we was there, the person had got on the phone, and one of the things that they said, and they said that we can interpret what it is that you saying. Okay, now let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, I call somebody up, and let's say I want some lawn, I want some fertilizer for my lawn. I want some chicken seeds for. I want some chicken seeds. I want some chicken feed. That's what I want. It's called chicken feed. And see, folks, now here I am calling for chicken feed. I might very well have some chickens in the yard, but the person I call don't sell chicken feed, do not have any chickens, do not even know how to spell chicken feed. So you see how easy it is, man. And me, as literal as I am, there's no way that I'm going to believe that you calling up John Doe asking for chicken feed when John Doe don't have a store, does not sell chicken feed. He doesn't even sell chicken bootleg chicken seed. John Doe don't have chicken seeds nowhere in his house, but you asking for chicken seeds. So, folks, I had to say that, and that's part of the problem with most of the people that was arrested. They called John Doe up asking for chicken seed. So this program that you're hearing from me is not only educational, it is teaching you things and it's warning you. And folks, I'm just gonna tell you, some of you out there in podcast land, I just gotta tell you, if you in the game, Ward Calhoun told you the truth, you better get up out of it. I'm just telling you the truth. It ain't even worth it, folks. Is it worth it for you to leave your family? It ain't worth it for you to leave your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your fiance out there, or your children, your mother. You got a mother out there that's worried. You got people out there that are crying. And now, suppose you have a business or something like that, whatever, you're a barber, whatever it is. Now, it left a hole. This thing that they did to us, and I use the word again, and decimated the black community. And they're still doing that. The attrition is taking place against the black community is serious and it's bad. And you understand is where they keep pressure, do things to us and make things for us lesser and lesser. We disappear, we go away, and it's sad that we're doing it to ourselves, and we can fix that. All we have to do is exercise our right to vote. We need to come together as a collective group. They put us in a group, and let me tell you something too, folks. I got to go back to this thing that the person that did this in a majority white school like Meridian Public School, the person that did this was a black person, a black kid, a little black kid ain't got too much time on his hand. Folks, I gotta tell you this, and it's sad that when that black kid did that, all of us did it. You know that. When one of us do something bad, all of us are bad. If one person steals something, all niggas steal. If one of us fight, all them niggas do is fight. I'm just telling you, people, that's how they look at us. And it's sad. I look at us the same way. So damn it, I put a lot of pressure on you out there in podcast land. And if any of my children listen, damn it, I put a lot of pressure on you. If your children are listening, I put a lot of pressure on you. Damn it, you gotta do right. You gotta let your light shine because what you do represent all of us. And I don't. When I'm the subject of discussion, hold up. They use us against us. You saw how they used Judge Ball to send a lot of people home, and then the black judge kept a lot of people in there. They did that, folks. I gotta tell y'all this. I can't call no names. I'm not gonna call no names, but I gotta warn you guys is that a lot of you guys, and I gotta say this. I think that I can say this, and a lot of people gave DJ Cora a bad rap. It came to me, and I'm gonna tell you folks that DJ Corey, Main Powell, and people like that, they were not your snitches. Because their name was on paper does not mean that they informed the people that actually did the inform, and they sealed their name, and you would not know that. But I'm gonna give you some clues on how you can tell. Usually when you get arrested by the feds, you don't make bond. So usually when somebody make bond, that could indicate that that person is cooperating with the feds. So I'm gonna tell you guys this is that I know that my daughter Dakota Hope was set up by someone, and she probably know who that person is. I can tell you that Mr. Ruffin, Sharon Ruffin's son, was set up by someone, and he probably can tell you who that person is. Now, it doesn't matter to me because I'm not engaged in any kind of illegal activity, so it doesn't matter to me who they are. But some of you out there, when you got people like that that are doing things like that to keep themselves to going to jail, it wasn't fair for Miss Sharon Ruffin's son to be entrapped. It wasn't fair. Now, my daughter put herself in that situation. She was the postman. That's why I'm gonna put it like that because she never talked to anyone. Nobody ever talked to her, but she found herself in a situation where she had the wrong thing in her hand at the wrong time. And I gotta tell y'all this, folks. That this thing is very, very serious. It's still ongoing. They're still arresting people. And one of the persons out there, and I'm not gonna call his name, is that he made bond, and it was not much said about that person other than the fact that an agreement was made between the U.S. attorney and the other attorney, and so that's all I'm gonna say about that because, in my opinion, it's just what I think. I don't know, and you won't ever know until you go all the way to trial. In my opinion, that this person is possibly that person, possibly and another person that's uh, I can say that's in jail and did not get out. Um, two people's in jail. One's in state, one's in the Fed. Um, Possibly both of those people also have done work for Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics. But one of the individuals is a very well-known person. A lot of you know this person, and you would probably be shocked. Yes, I know the person's name, and I'm not gonna give his name because if I did, I could be arrested, and I definitely don't want to be arrested. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read your comments. I wish Q could read your comments, but I'm gonna read the comments. My son got her microphone and use it. And folks, I want to say this too. I'm looking at my notes before I read my comments, and I want you to ask any question and things like that. So I want y'all to do that. It seems like I ain't got no comments on here, but from nobody in my church since they're in another room, I ain't reading these comments. I'm just I'm not reading those. But I am gonna. I want to say this is that folks. Either you need to start voting or you need to leave Meridian. So you got to do one or the other because Meridian is it's Meridian. It has blood on its head. It's not going anywhere. So Meridian seem to be cursed. But the curse is that black people don't vote for themselves. So you guys gonna have to start doing that. So either start voting or just get the fuck out of Meridian. Either way, you'll be doing yourself a favor. So it doesn't matter to me which one of you do, but for your own safety. But you stay there if you want to. You stay there and you see what happens to people that stay there and continue to stay there. And I don't. I think. And the people that run Meridian are not going to leave Meridian because Meridian is a very resourceful town. There's a lot of resources there. And the resources they're using now, black people, especially when you put them in prison and incarcerate them, it takes a lot out of the black community. That money will never come back. I want to thank everybody from I want to say this to you, Jimmy, in closing. Now, you can keep your job, but you're gonna have to take the people's argument away from you. But I don't think so. I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell, kind of rescind that station, that statement. I think it's time for Rita Jacks. This is Rita Jacks time. So I'm gonna close out with this, folks. It's Rita Jacks time. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for listening.